Welcome friends, this is the COVIDian Neo-Wisdom. Don't count your chicken before next March because this coronavirus is here to stay, lockdown or no lockdown. What exactly do we know about this coronavirus? Well, viruses are not even living organisms. They are something like the Schrodinger's cat, which is something in between living and non-living, which means when they are outside the body of the host, which in this case is us, they are not even living organisms. But once they enter our body or the host's body, they start replicating furiously, and this is why they are an enigma. In fact, one theory about the origin of viruses is that they could be the waste products of the metabolism inside our body and then they got mutated. Anyways, this coronavirus, which originated in the Wuhan city of China and spread throughout the world, is quite unique. Do we have a vaccine against it? Not yet. Do we have an evidence-based treatment protocol? Frankly, not yet. It is being made. But what we do know about this virus is this. It's a very social virus. It's a secular virus. It's got its own affinities. It hates social distancing and it is very, very socially distracting. What does it mean? It's a social virus. It means that it loves infecting people. It's a secular virus. It does not distinguish between age, gender, caste, creed, culture, race or financial background of the host. It just infects the society at large. It hates social distancing and it is very socially distracting because it just wants to stay the center of attraction. But another thing about this is that it has some affinities, and this is what is important for us. It loves elderly people and it just adores those people whose immunity is low, which could be because of some underlying medical conditions like high blood pressure, diabetes, asthma, chronic smoking, consuming large amount of alcohol all the time, and maybe some chronic lung disorder, liver disorder, kidney disorders, asthma, etc. Or even mind disorders like anxiety, depression, loneliness and stress related disorders. These are the people who are going to be more affected by this virus. Once inside the human body, the virus affects the respiratory system. It affects the lungs and therefore it causes difficulty in breathing and it causes cough and sore throat, and it affects the macrophages, and inside the lungs it affects the lining of the lung walls inside the alveoli and the bronchioles, and it causes a kind of an immune storm in the form of release of a lot of cytokines, and it thus forms the release of a kind of a toxic brew inside the lungs, because of which we find it difficult to breathe. It also affects the immune system in the blood, that is the macrophages and the white blood cells and the platelets, and it also alters the hemoglobin molecule in such a way that the oxygen carrying capacity of the blood is reduced, and therefore these are the effects which it causes. In fact, net there is a rapid deterioration in the condition of the patient. In case the patient is not able to make it, the virus still remains active, and therefore it is mandatory to cremate the body because burial will not stop the spread of the virus. Because of these characteristics of this virus, methods to prevent its spread are really proving to be beneficial. Simple things like hand washing, wearing a mask and maintaining social distancing are proving to be good, and also to build our immune system with good nutrition and doing some form of exercise and giving proper rest to our body, maintaining our social connections and following our ikigai, meditation, mindfulness, all these methods which improve our immunity are beneficial to us and we better practice them, because this is what is going to prevent us from this virus in the future. But we should not forget that it has also produced some side effects like zero pollution and zero road accidents, and it has unified humanity across the globe, and it has created thus a new world order in which we are all unified in having the same feelings, emotions, frustrations, irritations, uncertainties, and passing through the same anxieties created by the fear pandemic and an overwhelming economic and mental health disaster. The unprecedented way in which this virus has united us is nothing like anything which we have witnessed before, be it the plague or the SARS or the MERS or the World War II or the Spanish flu or anything which we have known before. And it has provided to us a forced sabbatical which we probably only ever dreamt of before but were never able to achieve because of our stressful and busy lifestyles. So before this transition between the pre and the post-COVID era ends and dirty politics divides us again on the basis of caste, creed, religion, financial background and political and geographical boundaries, let's try to collectively evolve our consciousness towards health, wellness, peace, passion, brotherhood, support, and all the freedom which we always ever wanted. Let's quickly come out of our fear zone and enter the acceptance zone and quickly move on to the growth mindset to make full use of this wellness sabbatical which has been thrown on us by this enigma called the coronavirus. Let's detox from the toxic workplaces now that we are working from home, and let us spend quality time with our family which may be cherished forever. While the COVID crisis has brought the world down to its knees, let's rewire our brain to form a glorious present leading to a brilliant post-COVID future. Let's use holistic approach for psychological and metabolic well-being so that the so-called metabolic modern lifestyle disorders like high blood pressure, diabetes, anxiety, depression, etc., obesity, weight gain do not stay modern anymore and they become a thing of the past. Right now, this coronavirus is forcing our mind against any kind of focus. So in order to have our mental well-being, we need to create some areas where we have some kind of control. It could be something very simple like what to cook for the day or for when or for how long to keep our mobile phone and the television sets switched off. It could be very simple things which would give us a sense of some control, And also, let us not forget and let us do something very important. Let us acknowledge, bow, cheer, congratulate, deeply recognize and take our hats off for my colleagues who are frontline healthcare workers, doctors, nurses, paramedical staff and the support staff who are, relentlessly working to take care of the people who are sick in the hospitals.
You are the true heroes, not because you are fearless, but because you overcome fear to save lives. You are not the foot soldiers, you are the knights in shining armor.
क्यों तू है घबराए, काहे चिंता तुझे सताए, काहे घबराए। सुन सुन सुन, अरे भाई सुन, चले तू लेके जीत की धुन। तुम लोगों की मेहनत से हमने कई रोग मिटाए। काहे घबराए, काहे घबराए। क्यों तू है घबराए, काहे चिंता तुझे सताए। तू कमाल है बेमिसाल, हमें तुम पे नाज है भाई। काहे घबराए, काहे घबराए। हाँ, क्यों तू है घबराए, काहे चिंता तुझे सताए। तू है घबराए, काहे चिंता तुझे सताए, काहे घबराए, काहे घबराए.
People, please remember that we doctors also have the same hopes, dreams, and aspirations as other people. And we are also afraid of the same things as other people. But despite the fact that sometimes we may be scared people, taking care of scared people, but we do not let that affect our actions. As a physician, I will heal when I can, but I will always provide hope because that is also my responsibility. Make no mistake, we'll be like the musicians in the sinking Titanic who kept playing till the very end because that was their duty and they deeply respected their duty. In the ICU, the anesthesiologists have to intubate the patients who are very sick, and these patients have got a very high viral load. That is the reason why they have landed up in the hospital. This makes these patients highly infective, but the anesthesiologists do not shy away from their duty and they keep doing their job with the same integrity which they always ever did. For this purpose, they have to wear PPE, which is the personal protective equipment, which has been painstakingly developed in the past few weeks, sometimes with the use of 3D, which is three-dimensional printing technology, so as to cover our eyes and nose and mouth and ears and the full face as well as the body to prevent us from getting infected, and also because we want to make sure that we don't come home and infect our families. Remember, normalcy is a paved road. It is easy to walk, but no flowers grow. Let us use this new normal to grow physically, emotionally, mentally, immunologically, culturally. This virus has caused a renunciation of the materialism, greed, inequality, pollution, etc., and created a new world order. And the world has become one big family, and let's ensure we stay that way. Thank you. I'll be back with tips on how to build your immunity with the help of nutrition and mindfulness and meditation and exercise, etc. So don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the like button. Take care and have a great day, all of you friends.